Okay, probably no one cares about this anymore since it's been so long since it's been out, but I care. Okay, so the fourth Kung Fu Panda, I wouldn't go so far as to say it was absolutely terrible and besmirched the good Kung Fu Panda name, but it wasn't that great either. But it definitely could have been. This is my ploy to make you listen to my absolutely insane fanboy rewrite.
Okay, so my brain has been nagging me to do this, so imagine this. Apologies in advance for my poopy narrating. The chameleon has a different backstory now. In her region, she was a candidate to be Dragon Warrior, but her master had chosen someone else, and she saw this as something that was rightfully hers, being taken from her by someone she thought was clearly unfit, no less. Kind of like Tigress, where Po was chosen instead of her, and Tai Lung, who didn't get chosen at all. She despised her master for choosing someone else and wanted to prove him wrong, so she learned sorcery, which was forbidden. Through this, she gained the power to hypnotize people, turning them into her servants, and also shapeshift into anybody she desired. Sorcery didn't work on dragon warriors though, so with her newfound power, she killed the dragon warrior of her region and took on their form, taking their place as dragon warrior. Nobody suspected a thing as they sung praise for the dragon warrior, the chameleon in disguise. Drunk on power, she imposed new rules, put in new officials, and became somewhat of a dictator for her region. But that wasn't enough for her. The chameleon, still disguised as the dragon warrior she had killed, was tired of having to pretend to be them and held a ceremony where she put on a show where the dragon warrior admitted to not being fit for the job and handed all power over to the chameleon, who was the rightful dragon warrior. She did this publicly but behind a silk curtain, using shadows to create the illusion that she and the dragon warrior were there. Many disagreed with this, but couldn't do anything since the chameleon was cruel to anyone who didn't sing her praise. But even with a whole region under her rule, it wasn't enough for her. She wanted all of China to know her name. Shifu is like Oogway now and sees somewhat into the future. He saw all this, how the chameleon wants to take over all of China, how the Furious Five nor Po can defeat her, and how Po must choose a new dragon warrior. Shifu tells Po all this, and Po asks how he'll know who's his dragon warrior. Shifu replies calmly, I don't know, I still don't know how Oogway chose you. Didn't Oogway tell you something in the spirit realm? Po flashes back and remembers how Oogway said he saw the past, present, and future of Kung Fu in Po. Po does his best to choose someone based on Oogway's vague past, present, and future thing, knowing time is running out, but the Furious Five can clearly tell something was bothering Po. Po was training a lot more, seemed kind of spaced out all the time, and eating a lot more. Stress eating? The Furious Five see Po secretly eating and talk amongst each other. Is Po okay? He's eating a lot more. Isn't that the normal amount he eats? Ow! They ask if he's okay, and he opens up. I thought that maybe I wasn't training hard enough. I wanted to believe it was just that, and that I wouldn't have to choose. The Furious Five comfort Po and explains his title and position as Dragon Warrior doesn't matter, and that he'd always be their friend first and foremost. Po is touched and resolved on finding the new Dragon Warrior, but is still unable to choose after looking through the final candidates, because none of them matched Oogway's description. The Furious Five see Po is still struggling and wish they could help when they each get a letter from Po, telling them that he wanted each of them to meet him in a secluded area. Each member of the Furious Five get there and see Po call them all out to the same spot. They think it's weird and think maybe Po really needs their help. Po? Po turns around. Why do you look so funny? Oh, this isn't how I usually look like, is it? Perhaps this is more like it. Better. The chameleon. The Furious Five are ambushed by the chameleon who is disguised as Po. She fights them and puts them under her hypnotism, locking them in a cage so they won't bother her in Po's fight. She wanted a fight just between her and the dragon warrior, Po. The chameleon tells Po to come fight her in a specific place if he wanted his friends back. Po still hadn't chosen or trained a new dragon warrior, but knew this fight couldn't wait. Po fights the chameleon and she reveals that she used sorcery to bring back an old friend he might remember, Tai Lung. I wanted to bring back everyone, but that was going to take too long, so I just chose the best. Why don't you just hypnotize me like you did my friends? Why make me fight? Sorcery doesn't work on dragon warriors. The chameleon laughs as Tai Lung takes over the fight. Tai Lung is able to break free from the hypnotism every once in a while to tell Po what a buffoon he is, and that he can't believe Po was losing. You know, I had a lot of time to think while in the spirit realm, and I respect you, Po, I really do, but I'll never like you. You tuck tail and run when things get hard, hiding behind your little friends. The Furious Five, wasn't it? Even having Shifu and Oogway in the palm of your hands. You've had everything handed to you on a platter, haven't you? Everything always just works out for you, and that's what I'll never like about you. But it wasn't handed to me on a platter. I trained my butt off, just like you. What, for like a week? Try years. No one believed in me. Everyone was trying to get rid of me, but you stayed, right? You stayed, no matter how tough it got, no matter how hard Shifu was on you. I worked hard to get them to even have an ounce of trust in me, to make them believe I was the Dragon Warrior. Then act like it. Act like a real dragon warrior and do what you do best. Tai Lung had a lot of time to think in the spirit realm, and somewhat came to terms that Po was a dragon warrior, and he was not. Albeit begrudgingly. You're the dragon warrior. Don't you forget that. Hey, Tai Lung, dragon warrior's just a title. Don't you forget that. Po replied back. Tai Lung chuckles. Only you would say that. Tai Lung broke free one last time and tried fighting the chameleon, but she just shatters his soul, making him disappear. Po fights her and is almost about to lose. She transforms into each of the Furious Five to beat him up, transforms into Tai Lung, and then transforms into Po and makes fun of him. When Po's dads managed to free the Furious Five, Po surprised and asked how his dads knew he needed help, and they said Shifu sent him a message. Whoa, like a spiritual message? With his spirit? No, he sent a letter. The chameleon just laughs, asking what the Furious Five are going to do when she can just hypnotize them again. But Po just smiles. But it doesn't work on dragon warriors, right? Po declared each member of the Furious Five dragon warriors, and they all beat up the chameleon. The chameleon gets upset, saying the dragon warrior position shouldn't be treated so lightly, but Po just says, it's just a title. You and I both forgot what it really means. They managed to defeat the chameleon, and Shifu finally got there, out of breath. Thank goodness you got my message. I was gonna go myself, but had to send your father since I was busy making this. Shifu shows a huge red envelope, and everyone's confused. You're into papercraft now? No! Still seal her sorcery away, then she can be sent to the spirit realm. Hopefully without any complications. As Shifu was reading a scroll, turning it over and over, and chanting this stuff on it while confused, Po asks what happened to Tai Lung, since Po wants to send him back to the spirit realm too, and the chameleon just laughs. Let's just say I put him back into the reincarnation cycle. Then Po sends her to the spirit realm. Skadoosh. Shifu collapses, and Po runs over, telling Shifu not to die. We all die, but that's because we are fortunate enough to have lived. Don't get all oogly on me. Po hugs Shifu, but Shifu avoids it like usual. What is it with you and thinking I'm going to die? I just wanted to test out that line. Was it good? It was good. They celebrate. Ping telling everyone to come eat at his noodle shop. Everyone eats for free. Limit 1 bowl of noodles per person. It fades out and the ending is shown. Po is relaxing by the peach tree when he sees something down below, floating down the river stream. Po goes down and finds an abandoned baby in a basket. A baby that looks like Tai Lung. Po sees the past, present, and future within him, wondering if Tai Lung had been reincarnated, and this is what the chameleon meant. Po adopts him and brings him to Shifu. Shifu sees him and holds him gently, wanting to atone and right his wrongs. He asks Po if he can take care of Tai Lung. You'll be Grandpa Shifu! I'd rather you not call me that. Po goes home to the noodle shop with baby Tai Lung in hand. Po's dad, Ping, is shocked and asks when did Po become a father. This is all too sudden. I remember just yesterday when the tub playing with your Furious 5 action figures. Not in front of, my friends. Anyway, I'm not ready to be a grandfather. Having you is just enough. Po and Ping hear a sound and look over to see baby Tai Lung had gotten out of Po's arms and eaten almost everything. Ping isn't panicked anymore and smiles. He's just like you, Po. They see that he had eaten all the meat buns and chuckle. Since he loves meat buns so much, let's call him Bao. They name baby Tai Lung Bao, who they endearly call their little meat bun. Po's other dad, Lee, came back from hauling in crates of the restaurant's food supplies that just got delivered, and sees Bao dropping the crates. Ping, you adopted another son? No, this is Po's son. Po, you had a son? And the movie ends with growing up scenes with Bao as the credits are rolling. They take care of Bao and don't have high expectations of him becoming the Dragon Warrior. They just want him to be happy, and if he happens to become Dragon Warrior, then that's great too. The movie ends for real with Bao a little grown up, like a kid now, at the Lunar Festival, running around with his family trailing behind. Grandpa Shifu, can I have this? Grandpa Lee, can I have that? Grandpa, Ping, I really want this. Bao gets all the things he asked for and hugs them, thanks them all, before continuing to run around happily. Don't you think perhaps we are spoiling him too much? Shifu thinks for a bit. No, we are spoiling him just enough, Po's biological father says. Shifu nods. Yes, you're right. Bao, no more snacks before dinner, Ping scolds Bao. But Dad, he hasn't tried this yet, Po begs his dad, Ping. Papa Po was right, I haven't tried this yet. Bao begs too. Po, stop teaching your son bad behavior. The Furious Five arrive. Sorry, we're late. Bao hugs them. Aunties, uncles. Tiger smiles and asks Bao, how's our performance? The Furious Five did a performance for the Lunar Festival. It was super awesome! Both Bao and Po fanboy, and the Furious Five chuckle. You guys did good. Even Shifu complimented them, which stuns everyone. Bao really softened you up. Everyone stares at Shifu. This is how I normally am. Shifu scowls. It's nice. They all smile and Shifu softens up. The movie ends with a still frame of them all enjoying the festival. Lunar New Year or something? I don't know. Anyway.